It's been a long time since we've seen our favorite player on the field. With just a few months until the end of the year, what are the chances we'll see him again? Tiger Woods hasn't said for sure that he'd play again in 2022, but after the recent turn of events, there might be something to look forward to now. In this video, let's explore possible options for his return to the golf world. First, let's talk about Tiger Woods being a blessing to golf. Since his first tournament in 1996, Tiger Woods has been a big part of golf. Even after 20 years, he's still one of the most sought-after competitors in tournaments because of his aura. But the famous golfer hasn't been seen on the course in almost 3 months, which has worried people in the golf world. Woods started this year with an amazing comeback to competitive golf at the Masters tournament. This occurred just over a year after he was in a car accident in Southern California. He surprised everyone when he started at Augusta National with a 1 under 71, but it didn't take long to show how hard it is to play competitive golf. Woods fell apart after the 278s over the weekend, but he didn't play again until the PGA Championship a month later, where he again cut but had to leave after the 3rd round. He didn't play in the US Open to ensure his body was ready to go to St. Andrews. Outside of the 3 major tournaments, he only participated in the unofficial JP, but hearing his longtime friend, Nota Begay, mentioned that he might return, there's a high chance we'll see our favorite player back on the field in the fall. Next up, is Tiger Woods eyeing a 6th World Champion Challenger title? Tiger Woods has consistently won most of the competitions he's entered, with the World of Heroes Challenge being one of them. Woods, who co-founded the event in 1999 with his father, has won the title 5 times in his professional career. He split up his victories and finally captured the title for the first time in 2001. The most recent victory came in 2011, after victories in 2004, 2006, and 2007. He recently unveiled the preliminary field for the 2022 World Champion Challenge as the event's host. Even though the course was home to some of the most well-known golfers, it was devastating to learn that Woods wasn't participating. But don't lose hope just yet. Albany, Bahamas will be the competition's site from November 28th to December 4th. We've been eagerly waiting to see the best golfer who has ever lived back on the course. It's crazy how he will compete for his 6th championship in the World Champion Challenge with less than 1.5 months left in the competition. Is he going to be back with Charlie in the PNC Championship? If you're not interested in the Hero World Challenge, the 2022 PNC Championship, which is planned for December 15th to 18th, may be the next competition where you can witness Woods. Going back, Woods and Charlie came in 2nd place at the 2021 PNC Championship the previous year. Given his success in the Father-Son Challenge and the World Champions Challenge, Woods, a 15-time main champion, should consider making a comeback in the World Champions Challenge. But his success couldn't be the only reason for his choice. Woods has recently noticed that he has a lot of weaknesses, but his son Charlie, on the other hand, has noticed himself getting better overall. Charlie takes on his father's habits and seems to be going in the same direction. The 13-year-old hit his 68th career low shot at the most recent Junior National Golf Championship. In terms of his comeback, Woods would rather win the PNC Championship than the Hero Championship. The former world number 1 is anticipated to compete in one of the 2 tournaments. But Nota Begay, a well-known golf pundit, recently added a 3rd choice to Woods' comeback predictions. Begay believes that Woods has the potential to shock the golf community with an unexpected comeback. Lastly, let's talk about how things haven't always gone in Tiger's favor. Considering the number of injuries that Woods has suffered, we think he'd almost have gotten used to them by now. It's sad thinking about how the man has experienced back and knee problems throughout his career, and his vehicle accident last year made the pain worse. Woods hadn't played in an official tournament since the November Masters, where he tied for 38th place. He had surgery on his back on December 23rd, and he was still getting better when he went to Riviera Country Club to host the Genesis Invitational on the weekend of February 20th to 21st. Woods was set to do things for 2 days during that trip as a part of an endorsement deal. He was driving to the 2nd day's events just after 7 a.m. local time when his SUV hit a curb and rolled over in a single-car accident. Woods had what a doctor called significant orthopedic injuries to his right lower extremity and had to be cut out of the car and undergo surgery for hours. Dr. Anish Mahajan of the Harbor UCLA Medical Center said in a statement posted on Woods' Twitter account that day that Woods had multiple open fractures in his lower right leg and had to have emergency surgery to put a rod in his tibia and screws and pins in his foot and ankle. The main reason he came back was to get rid of the pain, from which he's still fully recovering. We haven't heard from Woods yet, but the Hero World Challenge and the PNC Championship will be the best events for his comeback. Now we have some other injured players on the PGA Tour. First off, we have Brooks Koepka and his terrible injuries. According to the player who was number 1, Brooks Koepka spoke about how the last 2 years had been extremely tough for him. After the LIV Golf win, Koepka talked about how his injuries made him question his future. In August 2019, he tore the patella tendon in his left knee. He got stem cell treatment to try to fix it, but he hurt his knee again that fall when he slipped and fell while walking at the CJ Cup. This kept him out of action for 3 months and made him miss the President's Cup as he tried to compensate for the injury when he went back to play in 2020. He hurt the labrum in his left hip. Then, in March 2021, not long after he won in Phoenix, Koepka hurt his right kneecap and tore the tendon that goes to it. He'd gotten surgery and came back to play in the Masters in April of that year, but his game was off for the rest of the season, which showed that he probably came back too soon. Finally, when he signed with LIV Golf in June for reportedly $100 million, Koepka called his former teacher, Claude Harmon III, to see if they could work together again. Next up is Will Zalatoris still rehabbing his back injury. Zalatoris was sure to make his first US Cup team this year, but he hurt his back last month. This took him out of the FedEx Cup playoffs and this week's competition at Quail Hollow, where he could have won $18 million. The MRI showed that the Texan, who was 26 years old, had 2 herniated discs. He said on Thursday that rehab is going well, but he won't be back on tour for a few more months. He said the Hero World Challenge at the beginning of December is a possible time to come back. Zalatoris got hurt in the 3rd round of the BMW Championship, which was played a week after he won his first tour title after a series of close calls. Before the 2nd round of the playoffs, he was number 1 in the FedEx Cup and about to win a huge prize at the end of the season. But when he pulled out, he fell to 30th and only got $500,000 in bonus money. Lastly, Bubba Watson suffers from a deep knee injury. A few months ago, Watson dropped a bombshell on his Twitter, saying he wasn't going to play in the Charles Schwab Challenge at Colonial due to knee problems that turned out to be a torn meniscus. Watson hadn't done well in the US Open. He played 15 times, but missed the cut 8 times and only finished in the top 10 once at Oakmont in 2007. The 43-year-old didn't have a noticeable limp at Southern Hills, and he shot a 7 under 63 in the 2nd round, which put him in 4th place by himself going into the weekend. But after that, he got worse and got 73-75. Watson has only played in 9 events so far this year, and playing at the Byron Nelson recently seemed like it was his last tournament, at least for the time being. We wish him a speedy recovery. That's a wrap for this video. How do you feel after finding out about Tiger Woods' possible return to the field shortly? Let us know in the comments below. Make sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more videos like this. See you at the next one.